Cape Lahave Island, one of the largest islands in the province, is now a protected space. Municipality of the District of Lunenburg signed a conservation easement Tuesday with the Nova Scotia Nature Trust. And for more on this, we're joined by the Nature Trust Executive Director, Bonnie Sutherland. So first off, why is this place so special that it needs this kind of protection?
Well, Cape Lahave Island is 2,600 acres of relatively untouched coastal habitats. It has a rich diversity of habitats, everything from sand beaches and dunes to barrens and salt marshes and forests, and just a real diversity. And it's important to migratory birds. It's important to nesting birds, including endangered piping plovers. It has a number of rare plants and lichens, and the fact that it is 50 kilometers of shoreline and such diversity of habitats, it's rare to have an opportunity in Nova Scotia to protect that much intact coastline. So ecologically, it's just an absolute gem and really irreplaceable.
How are you feeling about it today?
Very excited. It's the largest project that the Nature Trust has ever achieved in our 30-year history, so it's a big one for us. And I think it's a really wonderful model of how municipalities can actually step up and be part of protecting Nova Scotia's natural legacy, and really much needed good news for our coast and protecting the places we love.
Well, what is the history of this island?
It goes back a long way. There is definitely Mi'kmaq connection to the island since time immemorial. And from the early 1600s, the French community there, and later the English, had strong connections to the island. It actually became common lands at one point in history, and the community was very keen to ensure that it remained as it always was and intact. They cared about the environment, but also that human connection to Cape Lahave Island. So it sort of began more than 8 years ago with conversations about what an ecologically important asset the municipality had, and conversations about their potential interest in protecting it. And then the community spoke up and said, yes, we support finding a way to protect this. So,
well, in practical terms, what does that mean? What can't you do there? What can you do there?
So with a conservation easement, the municipality is still the owner, but the conservation easement is basically an agreement that we enter into between the Nature Trust and the landowner, and it ensures that nature is always protected. So it outlines what can and can't happen on the island, so it restricts activities that could harm the natural values of the island. So things like subdividing and developing or cutting the forest, any activities that could not be conducive with nature thriving. But the easement also allows for and protects traditional use of the island for recreation and for berry picking and hiking and exploring. It's an incredibly beautiful island and means a lot to people. It's a big part of their connection to their roots and their past. So the easement both protects the island and preserves its access in perpetuity.
This piece of the puzzle, though, how does that relate to protecting the coastline? How much of an important part of it was it?
Well, Nova Scotia's coastline, we only have about 10% protected at this point. And it's largely subdivided into tiny little fragments, 85% privately owned, and mostly very narrow parcels of land. So the opportunity to actually connect that and protect such a large, intact, functioning, ecological mosaic of coastline is extremely rare in Nova Scotia. So it represents a huge win for coastal conservation, really one of the last opportunities of its size in the province. So we're really grateful to the community of Municipality of the District of Lunenburg and the councillors for having the vision to explore, find a way that we could work together to protect it.
Now, the province is making a push for more resource development. I'm wondering if you have any thoughts on that.
I guess the Nature Trust role in that, the minister talked about balance and the need to continue advancing important protected areas while we're exploring opportunities for economic development. So I think where the Nature Trust fits in is our mission is and always will be protecting those areas that we can all agree are so ecologically unique and important that that's the priority. These are places that we need to protect. And so we will continue doing the work that we do and work with partners like the municipality that are keen to protect those most critical natural areas. It's not an either or. We can have economic development and protect our environment. So we're really excited to be a partner with the province in that environmental conservation mandate, and we're keen to keep going, and we encourage Nova Scotians to support our efforts to keep going. It's in our nature as Nova Scotians to care about nature and the environment and to step up when it needs us.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.